Welcome, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Bearded IT Dad. Today, we are actually going to be reviewing your LinkedIn profiles live. With that said, we're going to talk about that and much more coming up. Welcome back, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Bearded IT Dad, where we give you advice and insight on how to grow your career in the IT field. My name's Dakota, and today we are reviewing your guys' LinkedIn profiles. We're going to give you tips and advice on how to improve your LinkedIn profile to make it more appealing to those different IT job recruiters. So, I'm going to go ahead and dive into our first. We have a couple people already dropped their LinkedIn profile in. So I want to go ahead and dive into some of these profiles here. The first one, LinkedIn profile we're going to take a look at tonight is Joshua. Joshua actually has a very nicely laid out LinkedIn profile. I was looking at it a little bit before the stream here, and talk about Joshua. He'll be our kind of guinea pig. We're going to talk about it a little bit. One thing I noticed right away, he's got a very nicely taken photo here. A very nice, almost looks professional taken photo. Uh, this header area is not just blank. It is, he's made a custom header for his LinkedIn profile that really kind of stands out. And it talks about, a little bit of his values right here. He's taken the time to fill out his about section, talking about, an experienced cybersecurity and IT professionals specializing in securing security operations center functions. um, he has a very nice looking profile here. This is something, I would look at if, I was a job recruiter just to see that the person's actually taken the time to fill out all the details here. Um, you know, you can see previous job experience, nothing much talking about his current job. He says he's a technical support specialist. One thing I might do is talk about, if you're able to, a little about what you do as a technical support specialist, what your current role in here, at your current job is. A lot of recruiters out there are gonna be curious what you're currently working in and what you're doing in that job as of now. It looks like you do have some details here. Bullet points about previous desktop experience, information security analyst. This is great. There's a lot of information here. Um, but I definitely highly recommend filling out some information here on your current employer. You have your education lined out here, which is great, and your certifications, which is a huge bonus. A lot of the tech recruiters love seeing what certifications you have and that they're kept current. Looks like you have these marked as no expiration dates, but you can see when they were taken. This is a 3-year test or 3-year certificate, so we know these are good. I would probably put in the expiration date if it was me personally. Another thing you have here is you have some of your skills highlighted. These are kind of like keywords nowadays where it's great to have them filled out accurately, but they really don't do a lot of good when it's coming to recruiters. Not a lot of them are going to look at that, your skills section. One really good thing you got going for you is you have a recommendation here on your profile. So one of the biggest tips I have for you, Joshua, is fill out the information for your current employer, what you currently do for them. Another thing you might look into considering into filling out is a section talking about projects you worked on. If you've worked on any like deployment of certain products, or if you worked on any like projects of implementing things, I would definitely fill out that project section. And here I can actually show you what that would look like. We'll pull up my profile, which my profile is definitely not an example of a great profile. If you guys actually want an example of a great profile, um, oops, I would definitely check out Kevin from Kev Tech IT. He has a very nicely filled out LinkedIn profile. But what I was talking about here, kind of getting off track, is I would look into filling out. your project section. If you've worked on any project, this is a great spot where you can put a little bit more detail into some of the big projects you've worked on. Uh, Ali's, coming in with Kevin is also a legend. He is, if you guys want to see, one, he's a great YouTuber. He does a lot of work in the community. But like I said, if you want to check out a really nicely filled out LinkedIn profile looks like, um, you know, Kev Kevin is a great example of what I would look at. So, he's got tons of information on each of his employers. He's talking about some of his volunteering he has done in the IT field. He's got all his certifications. He's got skills that have been endorsed. That's different than just having a bunch of skills. The endorsed skills are really, really key. They actually, as someone's saying, putting their name tied to that, you actually know the knowledge. So, and also down here, he's got recommendations as well. He's got courses he's taken, different languages he speaks. Definitely go check out his profile. But, all in all, Joshua, I think you have a pretty solid profile. Not a lot of recommendations I have for you, other than looking into filling out this more details on what you do for your current employer. Our next LinkedIn profile we're going to review is Justin Gibbs. He's a tier one security engineer at Cisco, lifelong learner. Um, Another great profile. I really like this profile picture. It's clean. It looks professional. Um, Not sure how I feel about the header here. Um, the header is not bad. It's something. Something's better than nothing in my opinion. Um, I might change it to something more related to your current job field. Kind of a short about section, but it talks. I see you talk about what is important to you. And some really key points. I might kind of flesh this out a little bit more. Talk about your like have a personal mission statement. Talk about what your interests you, what drives you on a day to day basis. Instead of just having please send me a message to request my resume. I might put a little bit more information in here just to make you more appealing towards the job you are interested in. I see you have your experience, but it doesn't really look like on your present jobs that you've really filled out any information about what you're doing. Once again, tech recruiters out there, they're going to be interested in one of your most recent jobs and what you're doing for that job, and what kind of skills are your most recent skills you bring to the table that are pertinent to their job. So definitely this is one area for improvement I'd recommend. Once again, it looks like you got all your certifications. You have your IT fundamentals plus, and it's listed at no expiration date. Took it back in June 2019. So it looks like you're going to be expiring here this year on that certification. Uh, you have some skills entered. Uh, I like that you have your interests filled out. And your companies and all that information. But, again, you know, one thing you can list on is some of the projects you've worked on, any implementations you worked on. Another thing in the project section of your LinkedIn profile, you can list your home labs and talk about your lab environments and what you've been practicing and studying. And that's another potential area for some great opportunities to put some good information. Do you think the Google IT certification from Coursera is worth it? I think any IT certification is better than no IT certification. The only hesitation I have with the Google IT certification is not of a lot of employers are necessarily recognizing the Google IT certification. Not saying that's a bad certification. I'm just saying it's not a lot of employers know about it. Not a lot of employers are listing it as a requirement. So I definitely, if it's available to you, go take it. But I would rather steer you towards like a CompTIA A plus, which is kind of the industry standard when it comes to like an entry level IT certification. So, Nate, I have it, and it was a good starting point. I'm assuming you're talking about the Google IT certification. Um, Starting point for IT if you don't have any knowledge at all. However, there are much better certs to get into. Exactly. And if it's a certification you're paying for, I definitely I hate to say I wouldn't waste my money on it, but I would definitely put my money towards like a CompTIA A plus. Let's go ahead and move on to our next profile. We have Nathaniel here. Now, one thing I really like when I saw Nathaniel's profile is it really popped with this header. It's obviously he's into networking. He says he's working as an IT support specialist, but he has a CCNA and a bachelor's in computer science. This header area pops, it catches my attention, and it instantly forces me to look down to read more about him and find out more information. This really stands out. He's got a nice professional, clean photo. I really like this header and how it's laid out. His section is straight to the point. He is a IT professional with 1.5 years experience as a help desk engineer. Personally, I wouldn't put the point five. I would say 2 years. You can say I would round up here, because you're not going to be constantly updating this every 6 months necessarily. I would put you're an IT professional with 2 years, going on 2 years of experience as a help desk engineer. That's what I would definitely put for put there. Nate, I see you in the chat. That was your graduation photo. You know what? It's a nice, clean photo. As long as it doesn't look too, it's not too dated, look somewhat similar to this, it's still a great photo. So, Nate, like I said, the recommendation I have for you so far, I changed it. I get rid of the point five. It just doesn't read as smoothly. But you have a great about section here where you really break down into the details. You highlight your current certifications held. I think you're spot on your about section and your header information. You're really drawing people in. You're getting their attention. So definitely kudos to you for that. Um, your experience, it looks very nice, very clean. Um, you have all your information filled in about your current position, or your last position you held. Um, it looks spot on. Really no recommendations for you there. You have your education section, you have your certifications, you have your projects filled out, honors and awards. I mean, your profile is spot on. Uh, if you're looking for any ways to improve and really make yourself stand out even more, maybe reach out to some of your colleagues and ask them to verify either some of your skills or write your recommendation on LinkedIn. Um, Really, that's the only way that I think you can really polish up your resume or your LinkedIn even more. I mean, you have it spot on. This is a great example here, I think, of what a nice polished LinkedIn. I mean, I can see you're paying for LinkedIn premium and everything. You're really hitting the nail on the head here. Pretty spot on with the profile picture consideration. Do you think personal picture with help would be acceptable? Absolutely. I don't think you need a professional photo at all. Um, I mean, if you're pretty spot on with your profile picture right now, I wouldn't even bother changing it. I think it looks clean, it looks professional. Um, you know, as long as you have a nice high resolution photo, a plain non-distracting background around it, here, keep this background basic. This is great. Um, but I wouldn't definitely. I don't think it's. I personally wouldn't drop money on a professional photo. Um, we can actually refer back to my LinkedIn profile, which is not great. I took this photo sitting at a desk of my very first IT job on one of my very first days. You can say I don't really look like this anymore, but I'm wearing a nice collared shirt. The background's kind of plain and basic. It's warm, natural colors. Something simple. So you could do this yourself. Go to a park. The smartphones nowadays, the cameras are phenomenal. So you could really do a great job with that. I wouldn't drop money on a photographer for a LinkedIn profile. Just saying. I don't put info about the position on purpose, Steven, and that's fine because if you look at my profile, um, I don't have my employer on my current profile, and I don't even think I have. Yeah, I have no details. Oops. I have no details on my last two jobs. I'm currently not looking for another job though, so I don't really care. That's why I haven't spent time on flushing out my personal LinkedIn profile. I should be an example for you guys, but I just haven't spent the time. So my little land with I will just use a family photo and cut my wife and kids out of it. Absolutely. All right. Let's look at the chat here before I move on. We got a lot of LinkedIn profiles filing in. This is awesome, guys. Nate, thank you for the recommendations. It took me quite a while to update it from what it was before. I'll definitely seek out some recommendations for skills for sure. Absolutely. I'd reach out to some of your coworkers, ask them to verify some of the skills you have, see if they'd write you a recommendation on your LinkedIn profile. Other than that, Nate, your profile I think was pretty spot on. I think you got a great profile there. Just make sure if you're actively looking for a job, make sure you have those options checked in your settings. Right here, when you log into your own profile, you'll have that open to section. Where you can say that you're open to a new job. Click that box there, and that lets others know that you're open to work, and you'll start getting some more recruiters reaching out to you. So, especially since you have LinkedIn Premium. So, all right, let's go ahead and move on. We have Steven here. Steven is a security engineer penetration tester. He has his PNPT and MIS. Once again, very nice header here. It's not just a blank plain header. Put a little bit of thought into it. I really like this. It's very appealing. A nice professional looking profile photo. It is something I could even expect I would see on a badge, like a security badge. Definitely not a bad photo at all. It got a little bit of stuff going on in the background, but it's still professional enough looking, I feel, for a LinkedIn profile. Definitely took time to fill out the about section with a lot of information. One problem is, I will say this, is a lot of time when the LinkedIn about section is filled out in a paragraph format like this, a job recruiter is going to maybe read the first one or two sentences and skim the rest. Um, One thing I would do is have a strong about statement as your first like two sentences, and then maybe try to bullet point some of your certifications and some of your top skills you have, instead of writing a paragraph, because I can guarantee you very few people are going to read your about section when it's in paragraph form like this. Experience, you have all your a lot of your previous work experience. One recommendation again I have is make sure you fill out the information about what you actually did. You have some nice jobs here. You're a cybersecurity analyst for a year. You're a security engineer, and you're currently a security engineer. Even if you don't feel like talking about what you currently do in your current position, I would at least for your last two jobs go back through and fill out this information. This was a government employee. That information is public record. So definitely go in and fill that information out. I think it would be very beneficial to fill out what you actually did at those jobs. I do see you took the time to fill out your education and you have your certifications. Very nice certification right there. That's a very nice certification. And you should have this, you have this listed up here in your header, but you should put it here in your about section as well. You should move list your certifications up there. I do see you have you took the CompTIA Cloud Essentials, but it looks like it may be expired. Have you potentially renewed that certification? You have quite a few certifications here. These all should be highlighted up in your about section, I feel, Steve. Oh, look, you're here in the chat. Yeah, will do. So definitely work on. I would highlight your most critical certifications up in your about section, and you know, kind of trim up that about section into more bullet points and it's great. You could even have a one paragraph in there. If you start going much more than a paragraph, I just don't feel that recruiters or potential employers are really going to read that, and it's just wasted space. Oh, the cloud essentials doesn't expire. Okay, you are right there. um and it looks like that's, oops, nope, just kidding. Looks like you have your skills filled out, and you've had actually quite a few endorsed as well. So that is really nice. That you really got that going for you. You have two recommendations, so that is great. You've listed a course you've taken. You have your different languages. Um, you have a really nice profile, I think. Here you're working on definitely. You know, sometimes, or I should say a lot of the times, recruiters aren't going to scroll down that far to look at your certifications. You're not going to probably make it past your about section. So definitely work on bringing some more of that information down deeper. That's deeper in your LinkedIn profile up in your about section. Other than that, I think you're pretty well spot on, and you have a great LinkedIn profile you've started here. Let's go ahead and move on to our next profile with it, which is Jacob D. He is a junior network administrator. First off, first thing I see right here is you don't have a profile picture. That is one of the first things I would do is switch this out for an actual profile picture of yourself. Um, LinkedIn is a very personal platform. You are advertising, you're putting yourself out there, um and if you're just using LinkedIn to collaborate and talk to your fellow uh your fellow co-workers and stuff like that, that's fine. If you're actually looking for using it to advertise yourself as looking for another job in the IT field, definitely make sure you have a profile picture, a nice clean profile picture. We've seen a lot of great examples here of what, a good profile picture would look like. I definitely make sure you have a good profile picture. You already have a nice eye appealing header here. Your job description here is filled out nice. You have a nice short sweet about section. One thing, since I do see here you have some certifications and fairly recent certifications, I would definitely put that information up in your about section here. Um, like I said, a lot of the times these job recruiters, they're not going to make it down further in your profile to see your skills and your certifications. Another recommendation, I feel like I've said it a couple times, definitely fill out your job experience. Put a little bit more details in here, at least what you can, talking about what you did at some of your previous employers. You have some great information here. You have Western Governors University. On your education spot, try to put in some more information. You have one of your skills endorsed here. um Definitely, talk about, if you don't have a lot of previous experience, you can talk about some of your previous employers you've worked for. Not necessarily your previous employers. You can talk about like your home labs that you've built, stuff you've done on the side, any charity work, um, any, home labs, stuff like that. Talk about projects you worked on, talk about projects that interest you, things you've done, just done. That definitely is something I would look into doing. Fantastic points to be making some changes. Absolutely. I'm making a career change from commercial construction management into an entry IT. Any recommendations on career change, resume, LinkedIn profile writers? I was looking at Fiverr, but I'm open to suggestions. Um, you know, I don't have any suggestions. I don't know of any of them off the top of my head. One place I would recommend asking is over on Discord. Actually, not on my Discord, but there's a Discord, KevTech. I mean, you can ask on my Discord, and there might be some people that have advice. KevTech IT, he's a fellow YouTuber. Go find him on YouTube, and he has a great, really great Discord where he has tons of advice about that kind of information. Go over to his Discord and ask over there, and I'm definitely sure you'll find someone who has some advice about resume and LinkedIn profile writers. So thanks to this chat, I updated my background picture. My little land, you should drop your link for a review. We'll definitely come check you out. We'll critique you. We'll judge you. We'll tell you all this good stuff. KevTech IT, absolutely. Go check him out. I know he's talked about resume and LinkedIn profile writers before. I just don't have the actual information. Ali, I think you should make it yourself. Learning to market yourself is a good important skill. Get advice and guidance, and don't let others do it for you. That's how I've always felt as well. I've never even really considered hiring a resume writer. I just did the research myself. I always did the research myself and figured out better ways to improve myself for writing that resume. A lot of times you can talk to your local employment department, and they have free skills that free people there that will help you write your resume and give you tips and advice on what other employers are looking for. That is a great resource there. Agree with Beard IT that there's a solid resume template available. We're all on the same team. Absolutely. Um, I've done resume reviews in the past here on the channel. Um, you can write a resume yourself pretty well. Um, you know, you just need to find out what works. Look at other examples. There's tons and tons of YouTube videos out there. And ask around. Ask for people to review your resume. Feel free to drop it in our Discord. And we will definitely take a look at it. All righty, let's go ahead and move on to our next LinkedIn profile. I'm gonna pronounce your name wrong. I've said it before. If I'm gonna pronounce it wrong, Jabari. Ah, gosh, no. I forgot how to pronounce your name. You've actually been on the stream before, and welcome back. Uh, really nice, header here. A very professional looking photo. A nice background, not too distracting. One recommendation is I actually might punch in a little bit more, have a little bit less background, or see if I could try to center your photo, center your face a little bit more. Show a little bit more of you, less background. Only a tiny recommendation. It's not a deal breaker there. You have a nice, you've put tons of information up here. ISP business liaison, IT support specialist, desktop support specialist. You really filled out this upper area level area really nice. I really like your about section. You have a paragraph kind of describing yourself here, what you do in your current role, and then you break all your skills down by bullet points, industry experience, different technologies you worked with. I think this is a really nice example of how an about section should look. Now, if I remember correctly, you have some certifications. You have your CompTIA Network Plus. Definitely, maybe under industry experience, unless I'm missing it up here. I would list your Network Plus, or make sure you list your Network Plus up here, because yeah, I'm not seeing it unless I'm looking right at it. I don't see your Network Plus listed anywhere in these top two sections. I definitely would list that up here and you know state that it's a current Network Plus. That will definitely help you, I think. Um, experience, you have some great information up here. Your experience section is nicely filled out. You have minimal bullet points talking about what you've done at your previous jobs. I like it a lot. You have your education all filled out. This is one thing I really like, is where you've actually gone into your different certificates when you were at this technical college. You've actually put more information in here than most do for their education. This is a huge plus, and if a recruiter actually comes down here and wants more information about your education, you have it listed here. This is great. You have your certification listed. You've listed volunteering work you've done. You have skills that are actually endorsed, and you have a recommendation and honors and rewards. I really think you have a really great profile. Uh, like I only had one tiny recommendation is for you is make sure your network plus is somewhere listed in this first two sections. Um, you know, and maybe even this is a minor thing if you wanted to maybe reduce some of this section here. You have great information, but it's kind of duplicated down here, I feel like. So maybe list your current job title and then list your network plus up here. That certification is a door opener. So you definitely want it presented front and center to help, you know, em- potential employers see that you have that certification. How do the folks feel about putting their resumes as documents or publications on your LinkedIn profile? I have mixed feelings about that. I used to have my resume on my LinkedIn profile, um, minus some personal information. It was kind of an edited version. I don't believe I have it up anymore. And I think LinkedIn may have removed that feature. I think if your LinkedIn profile is filled out properly and fully, it is unnecessary. Your LinkedIn profile will have more information than your resume will. So I don't think it's necessary. And I personally think it's really not a standard anymore. Uh, Napalm Death Monkey. I've always done my own work, but making a career change, I want to be sure my skills match ATS keywords. Uh, you know, one of the key advices for this, ATS keywords is on your resume, make sure you list your certifications you currently have and any certifications that you're currently studying for. You might not have those certifications yet, but if you're currently studying for those certifications and plan on getting that certification within the year, I definitely put it on your resume and that will help get you past those ATS um and those automated filters. So that's my biggest advice for you when it comes to making sure you're worried if you're worried about those keywords. As a solid profile, I may copy a structure. Absolutely. Definitely Jabbery Jabbery has a really good profile. I really like, you know, I really like this about section. Just a simple paragraph talking about himself and then breaks it down into the skills. If we look here, let's see if I refresh the page, if we'll go back. you know, those skills aren't seen when in this collapsed view. Sometimes these recruiters aren't going to click this see more. So you got to make sure this first paragraph is catching their eyes. You can see here where he talks about uh he's an aspiring network support specialist with 4+ years experience in desktop support, IT support systems. This first sentence here is what most recruiters are going to see. And right there, it tells me he's got the experience and, is a great candidate. I try to follow the companies I want to get a job at as well as industry leaders. Absolutely. Um, you know, I wanted to, a long time ago or a while ago, I used to want to work for a certain e-learning platform, and I made a lot of acquaintances there on LinkedIn, and I got in touch with actually a lot of people on LinkedIn at that company, and I was looking at some of the traits they had compared to what I had, trying to make sure and morph, morph my skills and start studying skills that a lot of their employers in the position that I was interested had. So that's definitely a good thing to do. You've already made updates to your LinkedIn profile. That was fast. Should we go ahead and review them? Should we critique them now? Advice already took it. Look at this profile picture. This is a nice looking profile picture. You framed it up very nice. It looks very professional. You look very serious. It looks great. I really like you shortened this section here. You've already added your network plus. One thing I might suggest adding is CompTIA in front of the Network Plus. Everyone knows that the Network Plus is CompTIA's, but it just stands out a little bit cleaner. It looks a little bit cleaner. Um, it's just a minor thing. That's just me. You don't have to do it. I'm not an expert at this, guys. I just have looked at enough LinkedIn profiles as someone on the other side of the hiring table and know what stands out to me as someone looking at potential candidates. And this is my advice to you guys. So I'm not an expert by any means, but these are things that a potential employer is going to look at and see. Uh, but either way, I mean, uh, your profile looks spot on. Absolutely. Here is an example of a perfect profile. I will say that, guys. This is a very nice profile. It's very, top section here is very nice, clean. It's very intriguing. It's not basic. It draws my eye downward to look into what other skills. It's got a nice about section filled out great, highlighting all the important, pertinent skills. A great experience section filled out here, education filled out with certification information. You have certifications down here, volunteering work, skills, recommendations. This this here is a LinkedIn profile that's been, to the T. This is exactly what I would want to see. Very well filled out. Uh, Definitely. I mean, just look how nicely this flows right here. This is a really great profile. Hats off to you. Um, I think this is a perfect profile. What everyone else? What do you guys think? Let's put it to a vote in chat. Everyone, let me know. Do you think this is a good profile? All right, let's go back to chat and take a look here. Any insider information on when CompTIA is updating their or A certification exam? Even if I did have insider information, I wouldn't be able to give it to you on the stream. Past experience with CompTIA shows they update their certifications, especially their A plus certification, every 3 years. So with that information, we know CompTIA is due to update their A plus certification probably any time now. Does that mean they will? Absolutely not. Um, so if you are waiting to take your A plus until they come out with the new one, don't take your A plus right now, because even if they do come out with a new A plus tomorrow, you have 6 months to take your current A plus. And no one will ever ask you, oh, do you have the 1000 series A plus, or do you have the 900, or do you have the 1100? Uh, they will never ask you what A plus do you have. They'll just ask you if you have your A plus, or you'll just tell them you have your A plus certification. So go take your A plus certification right now. Is my biggest advice to you. Why, yeah, and like I said, we are just talking about, it ideally you would think it would be this year, but you don't know. There's no way to know for sure. I noticed that too. Really great suit. And I got a question here. Is this, let's see if I can zoom in. Oh, helps if I'm on the right page. Oh, I don't need to zoom in. I can just, this almost looks like a wedding photo. Tell, if you don't have to tell me, but was this like a wedding photo, or some special event you were going to? I think this was a wedding photo if I had to guess. So, all right, let's get back to chat here. I'm following or Jabbery. Now I can copy his example. Absolutely. I think his profile is, I think this is a spot on profile. I it's not my place to share his link. But you guys could do a simple name search. But I think this is a spot on LinkedIn profile. I think he's done a really well job with this. It's really, really nice formatting. This is a great LinkedIn profile. Hopefully, I didn't put you on the spot too much. Yes, that was a wedding photo. That is awesome. I think that's great, and there's nothing wrong with that. That is you look nice and professional, nice and clean. Um, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's a great profile photo there. And it's a great opportunity, kill two birds with one stone, I guess you could say. Very first of all, again, very nice header here. Very nice, clean, professional photo, plain white background. This looks like an employer photo. This looks great. Perfect job here. You have a basic photo here and nothing crazy. You always if you wanted a little bit of a this looks like just a basic stock image. You could try to find something. Let's see here. Oh, I know I had it right here. Something more of a stock image like this. Definitely, not necessarily like that photo, but something along those lines I would highly recommend up here for your header image. You have your assist admin slash IT security. Very, basic, clean, you know, header statement. I always forget what they actually call this. Um, your about section. You have a sentence about section. Definitely needs some work. I know you said you haven't worked on your profile in a while, but you definitely need more information here. You have I am an IT professional who is extremely passionate about technology and is always learning and evolving my skill set. That's a great start. It's a great opener sentence, but you need to elaborate on this. Put another sentence or two here, and then start listing some of your skills. I see you have certifications down here, which is great, but put some of that information up here. Dive into a little bit more details about what you're passionate about, what you're working on, some of the tools and skill sets you work with. Um, that's definitely, like I said, nine. I don't have stats to back this up, but my guess is 90% of people looking at your profile, potential employers, aren't going to make it past this section right here. They're going to see that you haven't put a lot of work into filling this section out, and they're going to click on. They're going to move on, and you'll still get some people messaging you, but they're going to be not not the greatest people. They're just going to be kind of the copy paste recruiters. So experience. I do like on your previous employers, you have this filled out really nicely. I really like what you've done here. You don't have on your current job. Some people don't like putting information about their current job out. Not a big deal here. If you are able to, maybe just kind of copy and paste some of the highlighted sections about the from like the job posting. When you applied for the position, if you can find it, stuff that has already been put out there in the public. If not, that's completely fine. um you know let's take a look here. You have your bachelor's degree here, which is great, from DeVry. I see you have your certifications and you've updated them all properly with their expiration dates. I really like that. One thing you could do, since it does look like you got your Security Plus, is that technically renewed your A plus, to the same expiration date as your Security Plus. So you could change your expiration dates, and just so they're all up to date technically. You have skills here endorsed by 9 colleagues. That is awesome. Um, you know, um, you have the starting of a great profile. I definitely would just put a little bit more focus. Maybe change this header photo out, something a little bit brighter, less dark, and fill out your about section. And I think you'll be on track to a really great profile here. So hopefully that was helpful. What's your opinion on personalized websites that serve as a profile resume? Personally, I, I don't know. I personally don't really think they're worth it. Um, I say that though, with if you are going to do like a personalized website, like a blog, like a project blog you're doing, like talking about your different labs and stuff, absolutely go for that. If you're just doing like a one time, like you're just building your website, you're going to update it once and really not give it a lot of attention, don't bother. um Focus on your LinkedIn profile instead. Like I said, if you're constantly updating it like weekly, trying to make a blog or something like that, then absolutely go for that website. If you're doing it as a side project hobby, something you're going to keep up to date, definitely go for that website. Otherwise, don't waste your time with it. Just really refine your LinkedIn profile. That's my advice. And see, Ali disagrees with me. Personal website portfolios all the way. Now, if you're doing a portfolio where you're talking about your actual projects, absolutely. Um, you know, but if you're only going to update it once and just forget about it, then don't. I wouldn't waste your time with it. So, see, they're a great tool to drive people to the project you're working on. Absolutely. Thanks for the tips. Definitely awesome. You got the starting of a great profile there. Just a little bit of work to refine it. You've seen some impressive one, and controlling the layout is valuable, but it's hard to say. Absolutely. We're talking about personal websites and portfolios. So my little land has submitted his LinkedIn profile for review. I think we should do that one next. I think we'll put you to the top of the line. You ready for this? All right, let's take a look here. All right. Very nice, very nice profile pic or header image right here. I do like, it's basic, but it shows you're interested in networking. You're a networking engineer. You have your CCNA, your CCSP, your SSCP. Those correlate with your header image. Definitely might change it out for something a little bit more like a stock image looking, but not bad. Excuse me. Profile picture, not a bad profile picture. Little low resolution. You might, I know you already were saying that you didn't have a great photo yet. But definitely I would look for something a little bit higher resolution. Let's take a look here. You got your about section, um, paragraph form, like I was talking about earlier. A lot of the time, these recruiters or potential employers, they're going to see this and they're not going to click the see more button. They're going to read the first two paragraphs or the first two sentences here and there. If you don't hook them in those first two sentences, they're not going to read the rest of it. You have to hook them in these first two sentences. I mean, I'm not saying that I haven't even read this. I can't tell. I'm not saying that it's what you have is not good, but definitely, it's just something to keep in mind. If you don't hook them in these first two sentences with like a powerful statement, they're just gonna to move on. Experience. I like how you have information under your current employer and your previous employers. You've really taken the time to put information, bullet points about what you did. Very nice, tons of information here. You have your education filled out. Definitely, certifications you got while studying at Western Governors. I definitely put, in this section to give a little bit more information. I see you have your certifications here and you have quite a few of them listed, which is awesome. Let's take a look here. You have your skills and they are endorsed, which is another great thing. You have a recommendation. Uh, all in all, you actually have a fairly nice profile. Uh, you know, I would update your photo to a little bit more something a little bit more high resolution, higher definition, and tweak your about section. And I think you really have the starts of a great profile here. So I hope that was helpful there, my little land. Kev runs on Duncan. Welcome to the stream. I personally created a blog post on my website talking about the stuff I was working on. See, and when it comes to that, absolutely, I think that is great. So again, if you're not going to spend the time on a blog, would you blog updating, or would you update your projects through LinkedIn posts? Absolutely, you could talk about that. There's also a project section on LinkedIn. Let's see if I can pull it up here. So if you're not going to take the time to create a website, you could just go into your LinkedIn profile, and under projects, you could just talk about your projects you're working on in this section. This is a great section for that. So this is actually what I would recommend, unless you are working on quite a few projects and you're trying to gather a following. Definitely go for like what Don Duncan was talking about, and have an actual blog website. So Mike, or yo, Mike, welcome to the stream. You have to submit your LinkedIn profile. The analyst is value added. Absolutely. How do you submit yours? There's a link down in the description. You can just go down there. It's a quick Google form. Just copy and paste your link into it, or it's pinned up in chat. Let's see. Yeah, just look at the top of the chat here, and there should be a link right there. So, my little land, you are welcome. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask. I had a domain and let it lapse and never removed it. I forgot about it until the guy who replaced me at my last job hit me up on a DM, let me know it was now not safe for work website. Oh no. Oh man. And Night Owl too. Going to look into your content soon. Ali, is you putting content also under this channel, that name as well? Or is it just learn cybersecurity? Just out of curiosity. Yeah, My Little Land, definitely. We're gonna have to hear about this that story in the Discord after party. FYI, everyone, after the stream is over, we're gonna do an after party in the Discord on the voice channel where you guys can just we have a casual conversation. We talk about tech, we shoot the breeze. Definitely, if you guys haven't signed up for the Discord, go over there, sign up, and as soon as the stream ends, head over to our Discord, and we have a lot of fun in the after show party. Definitely every stream is gets a little bit bigger, so it's a lot of fun to hang out there and ask other questions you might have. Jacob, you didn't even know about the project section? Yeah, that is a really great section to fill out. I've done a horrible job at it, but I do have information here. You can talk about projects you've worked on, and it's a really great area where you can fill it out and have tons of information. You can link to other people. You can talk about when you started on it. There's a ton of different information. So definitely that project section is definitely worth it if you don't want to go through the hassle of creating a website. So definitely go check that out. Eventually, oh, that will be the channel for non-infosec stuff. Absolutely. Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to subscribe to this channel too. Don't think I even knew. No, I didn't know you had this channel. Okay. You love the Discord channel. Absolutely. Oh, gosh, I forgot we have other profiles to review. All right. Our next profile is Derwin. Derwin Matthew. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. As I so apologize if I butcher any of your names. I am horrible with pronouncing names. Uh One great thing here is you got a nice clean profile picture and you have this open to work on here. You know, this is a really great thing showing that you are currently actively looking for another job. One recommendation I might have is I might change your header image here, change to something IT related. Not it's not necessary if you really like this header image, definitely run with it. That's just my personal recommendation. So, you are a customer engineer at Mergit LLC. You have, it's great that you have this information filled out. You have what you're looking for in your next job, and some of the services you currently experience. It is great that you have this section filled out. A certified desktop technician with 3 years of experience in break fix moves, Windows migration and imaging. Looking forward to learn everything in the IT industry has to offer. Beautiful paragraph. And then it looks like you have some of your highlighted skills, your email address, and then another paragraph. Not a bad about section. If you have some more skills, I would definitely recommend listing them up here and talking about any of your IT certifications in this if you have them. I haven't scrolled down that far yet to look. It does look like you have a couple certifications, maybe not the most current. So I don't know about listing some of these older certifications up there. Um, but yeah, absolutely. So let's take a look here. Experience, customer engineering, desktop technician. I'd be interested in more information about this desktop technician position. I know you're only in it 4 months part time, but definitely you have an opportunity to list some of the things you did as a desktop technician and some of the skills. Student intern, another great opportunity to list some of the things you did. Not just, don't just list troubleshooting. What were you troubleshooting? Were you working on desktop computers? Were you working on networks? Definitely fill out this information. Sorry, guys. My throat's getting dry from talking so much. Um, Definitely looking to fill that information out more. I do like you have your education section filled out, and this here is talking about I've never heard of the ACE Institute, but it does appear to be like a technical school for IT. You do have certifications listed here, but they are a little bit dated. Not too many employers use Office 2013 anymore. A lot of them have moved to Office 365 or things like that. So definitely would look into getting more IT certifications, more current ones, maybe some CompTIA certifications so you can put those there. Um, but a good solid start here. Definitely would talk about some of the more of the skills, not necessarily just in this skills section. I would definitely bring some of that information up into your about section here. So hopefully that was helpful there. What did I miss in the chat here? You're gonna go into details in the Discord, absolutely. All right, let's take a look, see if there is any more profiles in here. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Um, if you guys haven't yet put your LinkedIn profile and want to get reviewed, I would suggest putting it in now because I think we're gonna wrap up the stream here. We're just coming up over, or actually over an hour now. I think we're gonna move this party to the Discord. So here, actually, I didn't drop the link to the Discord here yet. guys haven't joined already, definitely go join the Discord. Steven, you want me to re-review yours? Re-review if no one else drops it in. If someone wants to join the Discord, is it open? Absolutely. There I just dropped the link in the chat. So Steven, I think I still have yours up. Did you already make some changes, Steven? To be honest with you, I don't quite remember what yours looked like before. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and re-review yours. So we have Steven's profile here. And I like Steven's profile a lot. He's got a nice professional photo. This header image, I feel it's a little bit dark, but it is not a bad header image. It's related to what he does. I really like this header section where he says he's a security engineer, penetration tester, and then he lists his um, certifications, which he has actually updated this because this just an MIS before. Uh, but it states he has his PNPT and Master of Information Security. This is awesome. I like that you changed this from an MIS because some people might not know what that is. Um, about section. Definitely, I think you've changed this here because it looks a lot more clean, concise, to the point. Um, Maybe I'm wrong, but it does look like this is a. I leveraged my cybersecurity skills to mature your security posture and save money. Man, that is a take my money right here. Um, I like your about section. It's clean. It's to the point. It's a great about section here. Uh, let's see. Any other? I mean, I love how you have your certifications here. Did you list your certifications in your about? Yep, right here. Awesome. Perfect. Um, and I think there's a way you can actually make this section. Let's see. You can make things bold in that section. I guess not. Okay, never mind. I take that back. Very nice though. I mean, you have recommendations, you have skills endorsed, you have your courses. Very, very nice profile. I really like your profile a lot now. Not that I didn't like it before. I think you had a great profile before, but this is a great profile here. Um, like I said, the only recommendation maybe a little bit brighter profile image. Something more security or penetration related. Um, like I said, if you wanted an example of like I like this header image. This is my favorite header image here. It's basic, it's clean, but he this is a person that is interested in networking, and it shows right here. I like this. It's bright, it flows, it kind of draws the eyes downward to read more. So nothing wrong with your profile images. I'm just saying if you wanted any more advice, that's the only thing I recommend. Thanks for the advice. Background image should be changed by now. I appreciate your input. Which profile were yours? I don't see a name matching up, but I'll take a look at it if you drop your name really quick. Oh, there we go. Uh, there. Oh, you did say it. Okay, I like it. Oh, here you guys can't see. Very nice. I like that profile image. Very clean. You know, to me, I'm assuming just by looking at this profile image, I can see the profile image and header. You're interested in work and you're interested in networking. That's what that says to me. So if that is what you're looking for, if that's the message you're trying to convey, you're spot on there. So let's take a look here. What else did I miss here in chat? Good open bio. Absolutely. There is no dark mode on LinkedIn. I don't think there is. I think you actually have to use a plugin to make it dark. Oh, there is a dark mode. Okay. You say they're all looking better than your LinkedIn profile. I don't know. We could be the judge of that. You could drop your LinkedIn profile in the stream here. We could judge it really quick before we end the stream. I see a thumbs up. Is that giving me permission? Pull up your profile, Ali. Go for it. Right there. You saw it really quick here. Would you would you suggest keeping your profile up if you are looking to be self-employed? Sure, absolutely. I mean, I'm self-employed and I have information on there. Um, you can leverage your LinkedIn profile to promote your business. So yeah, absolutely keep your LinkedIn profile up. And keep it up to date and leverage that space, connect with other people in similar areas to you being self-employed. Okay, we are going to pull up Ali's profile. I think we're going to call it we're going to end the stream after this last profile. So let's take a look at our very own Learn Cybersecurity Ali's profile. Let's take a look here. Well, first off, just a kind of a generic, this is a generic LinkedIn profile, not bad. It's better than nothing. The header image here, I love the profile picture. It is very clean. It looks still professional. It's a great profile. Chief Executive Officer at Learn Cybersecurity. Very important job title right there. About, very nice. Uh, I really like your about section. It is clean. It's concise. You have your two sentences here talking about my your mission. My lifelong mission with along my lifelong mission, along with always learning and improving myself, is to help others along the way. I enjoy teaching others the technical and soft skills they need to make their way into the wide field of information technology. That is a really great opening or sentence or two sentences there. I don't know if you could call that a paragraph, but I really like that. Um, you know, Again, like I've said throughout the stream, if you want to flush out your about section with more of your skills and certifications, work experience, that is great. But you do also have these websites here where you are trying to drive people into more information about your projects. So if someone's really interested in learning more, you do have those there. You have your experience listed out here, which is great. Your education, your certifications are all listed here. You have a nice profile to start off with. You have your Alley Hack newsletter under your projects, which is a great example of a non-work related thing to list in your projects here. I think that is really great, and you can click on it and see, it takes you right to it. Um, I don't think your profile is bad at all here, Ali. I think you have some great starts here um, to it, and um, you know, it is not bad at all. So I will give you that. All right, guys. I think we're gonna wrap up the live stream here. Uh, if you guys want to continue the chat, we are going to be as soon as the stream ends. We are going to be over on our Discord channel, where you can actually join in. We have your camera on, or just have your microphone on and talk and ask questions. The link I just dropped in the chat. If you guys are interested in coming and join the after party, it's very casual, very laid back. We can go into more details about LinkedIn profiles if you'd like. Definitely go over there and join us for the after party. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, we'll have another live stream next week. If there's enough interest in it, we'll do another profile review and we will talk more about LinkedIn profiles. but you guys have the choice of making suggestions of what you guys want to see. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. Go over to our Discord, join us for the after party, and until next time, thank you guys for tuning in. Take it easy.